What's going on, everybody? Welcome on into Pickin Winners, presented by the Sports Forum. I'm your host, Riggs Tamburo. Give me a follow at Riggs Picks. Hope everybody had a great holiday weekend. We got a great little show for you guys here. Nothing crazy, but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to build you guys a parlay over multiple sports. We're going to do all of the bets, and then we're going to take all of the bets in a parlay and try to hit a banger for everybody heading into the new year. So let's jump on in here and have some fun, guys. Starting with a game today. This one, 3:30 p.m., West Virginia and North Carolina in the college football bowl game. Look, this one's simple for me. North Carolina, everybody was high on them during the year. They're an underperforming football team. Then you got West Virginia, an overachieving football team. And North Carolina, Drake May not going to be playing. They're missing a couple other star players in this one. West Virginia, their coach has already committed to another year at the school. This team has something to play for. I don't see them dropping this football game. We're going to go West Virginia minus 225 on the money line. They are 6-point favorites. We're not going to play with it right now. We're going to start here with a money line for this whole first day. Try to get you guys just rolling on this parlay, or it's going to get spicier and spicier as we get going. So West Virginia money line, they're going to run the ball all over North Carolina. This is a mismatch game. A lot of people are going North Carolina just because of their name. I am not doing that. So jumping on over to the NBA today, we got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets going at it. Shocking line movement here. The Nets were +3 last night. They are now +7.5 on the spread. That's too much here. Taking a look over at the report of this game, guys, this is crazy when you look at how much or how many players are out of this game for them. It's just not a good showing here for the Nets. They played a few weeks back in November. The Bucks got a win there. I think the Bucks get another win here in this one. They're just going to be too good at home. Take a quick look here at this injury report, guys. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's not even close to being good for the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets, Dorian Finney-Smith is day-to-day. He is a questionable player for tonight. Cam Johnson is out. Nick Claxton is out. Spencer Dinwiddie is out. So it's just not looking good over there for those guys. So I'm going to go ahead and fade all of those together. We are going to go Milwaukee Bucks on the money line to win tonight in Brooklyn. Good luck to everybody in that one. Then jumping on over to some Thursday night football. We got the Cleveland Browns taking on the New York Jets. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers not back yet. He's not going to be playing in this game. However, it's still a kind of game where the Jets are still playing for team morale. They still have a lot of players on their team that expected to have a big year, expected to get their bonuses under Aaron Rodgers, their yards, Garrett Wilson, guys like him. They're going to be fighting for that in this game. But there's a few question marks in this game that I just don't like. So Trevor Siemian in this game, what is probably going to be the quarterback. He was the quarterback just a few days ago. He had a decent outing. I can't lie. He came back. He got the team a win, 30-28, in a huge comeback win. He could be the guy under center. I think it's going to be him, but there is rumor that Zach Wilson is going to be returning from his concussion protocol. I can't lie to you. On a short week, I don't really like this move. I think Siemian got the team's morale kind of going with a win the other day. I'll be surprised if they put in Zach Wilson for Siemian. However, I will admit it. I do think this is a better football team if they have Zach Wilson in at quarterback. Now, a lot of people don't, fully agree with that. And as much as I totally understand that, at the same time, I think you have to just be honest with yourself here and admit that Zach Wilson is the better quarterback. But once again, I don't think it hurts them to have Siemian in there at quarterback. So here's what we're going to do, guys. Take a look here on sportsforumdenver.com. If you guys want to go check out more of my bets on this, more of my thoughts on this, sportsforumdenver.com. Go ahead and click that big green button right there. Check out today's latest sports articles. It's going to go ahead and pull up this one for you here. Week 17, Thursday Night Football, New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. I got my best prop bets in there for you guys, best spread bets, best total bets, all the information that you may need in there. And then all of our writers have a bunch of other articles up there for you guys as well. So make sure you head over to sportsforumdenver.com and go check that out. So anyway, back to the pick. We're going Cleveland Browns on the money line. mainly because, look, the spread in this game, it's become 7.5 on some books. And I know some of you don't really have the whole too much of the alternate kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead and just go Browns money line. It's a low scoring game. It's right in the mid 30s of the scoring on the total. So we're going to go ahead and not play with fire here. Just go Browns to get the job done. Joe Flacco, one of the best deep ball quarterbacks in all of football. He's going to burn the Jets deep a couple times. And I just think this run game with Jerome Ford, it's too good here for the Jets to just straight up stop them. Jets also 30th overall in total offense. They average like 15.4 points a game. It's just not going to be enough here. So once again, I am going with the Cleveland Browns on the money line. Now, jumping on over to some NHL hockey. I did skip over this one. This is for today. NHL pick today. That is the San Jose Sharks and the LA Kings. It's the nightcap, 8:08 p.m. Mountain Time. Look, I really like the Kings in this game. I was this close to going Kings -1.5, but I started to look more at it. And even though the Kings already beat this team by more than 1.5, I'm a little bit worried about it. I don't want to go all the way there. Both teams are very rested, obviously, with the holidays and everything going down. It feels to me like the kind of game where the Kings are going to win no matter what, but it could take overtime. And I don't really want to start playing with fire. The San Jose Sharks are one of the best teams at backdoor covering. They'll be down 3 goals, 4 goals heading into the final period, and they'll magically come back and they lose by 1 goal. So I'm not going to lay the -1.5 here. I know it's a bigger money line play here, but it's NHL and a lot of games are 1-score games. Just take the team that has a way better defense, way better offense, and they're playing at home tonight in LA. Don't overthink this game. We're going LA Kings on the money line to go ahead and get that thing done. Now, looking over at some Saturday NFL. This is going to be a heck of a football game. That is the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Lions coming on the road here. They're about 5.5, 6-point underdog on the road. Most books you're looking at, you're seeing that 6 number. Look, I like the Lions. I like Jared Goff, but I don't love him. I also don't love Dak Prescott. I'll get there in 2 seconds. But the Lions, their downfall in the playoff is going to be their defense. And you're running into a Cowboys team that, one, have a great offense when it's going. Also, they usually average around 41 points a game when they play at home. They're not a very good road team, but they play well at home. And I think the Cowboys, they're looking for a big one here, looking for a big bounce back. They're a little bit pissed off right now. I know a lot of people are writing them off in this game saying, yo, Lions money line is the move. It might be because it's going to be a high-scoring, big game. But I think the Cowboys get the win. Honestly, I could see a world that the Cowboys kind of beat the living snot out of them. I don't really think the Lions are going to pull away in this game. If the Lions win this game, it's going to be a game-winning drive, field goal from 58 yards, banger through. That's the best case scenario here for the Detroit Lions. I just think Dak Prescott, can't believe I'm saying this, actually has a really good game in this one. I see him throwing for about 320, 330 in this game, 3 or 4 touchdown passes, maybe a pick. I think Tony Pollard's going to have a great game. CeeDee Lamb's going to score in that game. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, going to have a huge game, probably 7 or 8 catches, 60, 70 yards and a touchdown. I just think a lot of that is Cowboys to me. So I'm going to go Dallas Cowboys on the money line to go ahead and get a win there. Now, let's start spicing it up a little bit, huh? We got a lot of money lines. Let's go ahead and have some fun here. I am looking 11 a.m. Sunday morning, the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens obviously coming off a huge win over the 49ers. Everybody's saying Lamar for MVP. Got my Ravens purple on, but hold up. I just don't think this football team is the best week-to-week football team. That's the only catch about them. I think this is a huge letdown spot for the Baltimore Ravens. They are at home. Tough place to play football, but at this point, they've all but locked down the AFC. I mean, and they get Pittsburgh next week, so hey, we'll talk about that another time. But I think this is the kind of game where Miami has more to prove than Baltimore does. Miami's been said they can't beat the good teams. They're not going to make a push here for the end of the AFC, blah, blah, blah. I think this is going to be a phenomenal football game, but I think 3.5 points is too many points here. I wish it was at 4. I hope by the time you guys put this in, it is at 4 points, but as of right now, it's at 3.5 points. I'm going to take these 3.5 points. I don't think it goes to 4, by the way. Even if the public starts slamming the line, the odds makers are too smart. They know this is a close football game. We're going Miami Dolphins plus 3.5 points here at the spread to cover against Baltimore. And I think they might win the game outright, but we're not going to go that far right now. No reason to play with a hot Baltimore team in Baltimore. Forget about it. Take the spread, take the points, take it to the bank. Now, Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. This game is interesting because everybody at this point, in my opinion, is writing off the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not through with them yet because I think they're a pretty good football team behind all the smoke and mirrors. Yes, they've dropped some games they shouldn't drop. Yes, their offense has been sluggish. Yes, Travis Kelce hasn't been catching footballs, but the defense still looks great. Travis Kelce's little streak about whatever's going on, that's not going to last much longer here, folks. Travis Kelce is still a dog. He is still considered a top 1, if not top 2, top 3 tight end in the league. No doubt about it. I think they have a big game here. They need a big game. Jake Browning, he did have a bad game. It's a big fade spot for people fading Jake Browning, and I get that. But it's also, look at the records. These teams are almost identical here. They're both fighting for the AFC. I think the Chiefs are just a better team. Their defense is going to cause havoc for Jake Browning. I think the defense is the key in this game. Straight up, forget about it. Just go Kansas City Chiefs on the money line to get the win here and just flat out walk out of their own house with a W, moving up in the rankings. They can finally take a breath. Pat Mahomes can stop throwing things. Travis Kelce can stop chucking helmets, and maybe these guys can just settle down just a little bit. They need a big win here, and I believe that they do get a big win here. Now, I got one more leg for you guys here in the NFL. That is the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers. Jags right now, they are 6.5 point favorites in their own house against the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, they had a close one last week. They did end up covering the spread, but they did not win the game, but they did cover. They were like 4-point dogs. They lost by 3. So they did cover the spread last week. Everybody is now writing off the Jacksonville Jaguars, shockingly as it is. 81% of the money right now at the spread is on the Carolina Panthers. I just don't see it. I can't put my money on the Carolina Panthers. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are groomed for a big one here. Trevor Lawrence, people aren't realizing it. Trevor Lawrence walked into that game over the weekend where, by the way, he looked terrible. He was hurt the entire week. He wasn't going to play. He wasn't supposed to play. They needed to win the game. He ends up going out there. You could tell something was wrong with him. I think a whole nother week of rest is all he's going to need to get a win here. Carolina Panthers, their offense doesn't match up. Their defense actually is playing decent, but you don't want to run into Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram. There's just too many weapons on Jacksonville to struggle again, and they're in Jacksonville here. This one for me, I love this pick. We're going Jacksonville minus 6.5 points in that game at the spread. Jacksonville to win that game by 7 or more points is a big play for me. I absolutely love that pick. So good luck to all of you in that one. And then you guys are going to get the whole night after Sunday when this parlay is still alive and you're sitting there looking at your fat cash out. You're going to be like, well, we have one leg to go. Do I cash out? Do I not cash out? First of all, I will let you guys know the answer to that when the time comes. But our final leg, we are going with the Alabama and Michigan game on Monday at 3:05 p.m. College football playoff semifinal. Alabama, 1.5 point underdogs. Michigan, 1.5 point favorites, plus 100 for Bama, minus 120 for Michigan. We are going Michigan Wolverines, minus 120 on the money line to win the game and move on to the national championship. I don't get this line. I know everybody's taking Bama. All the money's on Bama. There's sharp bettors on Bama. I don't care. Michigan is a better football team. Michigan all the way to the bank. Don't overthink this game. I know it's scary, guys, obviously, but minus 120 on the money line. We're getting the better team at nearly the same odds as the worst team. Don't overthink this. The quarterback play for Michigan is too good, but most importantly, the defense for Michigan is going to lock down in this game. Michigan or Alabama, in my opinion, yes, they beat Georgia, but first of all, the Georgia team was a little bit fraudulent. I'm just going to, tell you how it is. But the Auburn win, that was a lucky one. I don't think Bama should be in this game, to be honest with you. I'm not saying the committee got it wrong. I'm just saying I don't think they belong with Michigan. Michigan is the flat-out better football team. All sides of the ball. Coaching, well, I can't say that. Nick Saban. Okay, Nick Saban, Harbaugh. We'll say the coaching's 50-50. I'll just draw it down the middle here. Everything else goes to Michigan here. Don't overthink it. Michigan to get the win. When you guys put all of these bets together, you're looking at about plus 4,000. That is 40-1 odds. So just so you know, if you put $10 on that, it pays $400. If you put $25 on that, it pays $900 and it pays $1,000 if you put $25 on it. That is what I'm doing. I'm going $25 to win $1,000 on this parlay. Hope you guys ride along with us. Get all those bets in. If you do end up missing the 3:30 West Virginia game and you're watching this after that, I'm going to go ahead and take that leg out here and just see what it does to the odds. You're still looking at about 27-28-1. I really like that. And if you really, really want another play, throw in someone like the Buffalo Bills or something like that on the money line just to get a win, just to juice back up to like 35-36-1. But either way, 27-28-1, still great odds here, but we are going 40-1 odds. $25 pays $1,000. Happy New Year to all of you. I'm Riggs Tamburo. Please, guys, check me out at fanbasis.com/RiggsPicks. Check it out there below. Check out sportsforumdenver.com as well, please. Make sure you guys follow us at Denver Forum on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and on YouTube. We'd really appreciate it. Please hit that subscribe button and subscribe to us on YouTube, guys. That is it for us over here. We'll see you guys tomorrow for What's Your Take? Russell Wilson out the door, or I should say on the bench. Just a lot to talk about tomorrow, so we can't wait to see you guys then. Take care and have a great